Hey everyone, it's Dani'i and welcome to another video, and I'm here with updates on potential Chantal in the Atlantic, potential Delilah in the Eastern Pacific, but could we have a tropical storm named Akoni in the Central Pacific? But before I go into details of all of these systems, please take a second or two to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, as well as the notification bell, and you can also share so persons out there know what is taking place, as well as to help the channel grow. So let us kick this video off with potential Chantal. So here we already have the area of disturbed weather and where it may go already shaped like a C. So C for Chantal, we don't know as yet, but it could become a tropical depression. It might not become a storm, or maybe it will become a subtropical storm, but it may become a depression as well. So currently it has a very low 20% chance of formation through the next 5 days, but we could see an increase in this as we head throughout the week, because, you know, as this is newly identified today, and we could see the National Hurricane Center giving it a higher potential to actually become a tropical system. We don't know as yet, but one thing is that it is definitely a threat to parts of the eastern United States, such as parts of eastern Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, and even up to Virginia. So we just have to wait and see what is the path that it will take and the potential intensity of it. And here we have another thing. The sea surface temperature supports some development, the sea surface temperature, but there are other factors that will determine whether or not it becomes a tropical cyclone. But right in this area right here, we see that temperatures range from 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. These are what tropical cyclones or tropical lows love. They're saying that this is what is going to make me become a tropical cyclone. So the higher the temperature, the higher is the chance for this to become a tropical cyclone. So just as I mentioned earlier about the potential track of it, the Eastern U.S. could experience some really wet and rainy conditions from this low throughout this week, especially right now for parts of Bahamas, and later down, at least the midweek, we can see Florida. But if it makes a closer path to the Eastern U.S. states, as I mentioned earlier, Georgia, Carolinas, potentially Virginia, and Florida really can experience some really wet conditions from potential Chantal, but we're not certain if it will become a tropical storm as yet though. So for the potential intensity, here we have most models that are available saying that it will in fact become a tropical storm. One is saying that, well, two actually are saying that, yeah, we will see a Cat 1 hurricane, while just two down here are keeping it probably a depression or not really becoming anything. So we just have to wait and see what impacts Invest 94L will have, as well as the potential path that it might take, as well as the intensity. So we have to wait as we go through this week. We will get more updates on it. So time to stray over from here into the Eastern Pacific, and here we have a disturbance, Invest 97E, that now has a very high 90% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone through the next 5 days, as well as 48 hours. And the National Hurricane Center is saying that at least by the next day or two, we could see a tropical depression or a tropical storm. And if it does acquire tropical storm status, it will be given the name Delilah. So we just have to wait and see. Not expected to be a threat to land at the moment, but there's a bit of controversy over whether it will become a hurricane or not. But as of now, most models are saying that it will just remain a tropical storm, because once it enters cooler waters going up in the Pacific, it will weaken, because remember, warmer waters, more strength, cooler waters, more weakening. So that is the thing with this tropical system. If it was to be over warmer waters for a longer period of time, we could see becoming a hurricane, but we just have to wait and see what will happen with potential Delilah. So the sea surface temperatures, as I explained earlier with potential Delilah, here's the map, and we see that going beyond here where the Baja California Peninsula is, right off here where I just highlighted, that is where the cold waters are, well, the cooler waters, and going up gets cooler and cold. So as it moves northward or to the northeast or northwest or anywhere north it is going, we can see that there will be some weakening. So it might rapidly become a storm, but it might rapidly weaken as well. So that is the thing with potential Delilah. But fortunately, it won't be a threat to land, but there can be some occurrence. So if you're in the Baja California Peninsula or anywhere near Mexico, you want to be a bit cautious if you're going out to the beach or going surfing. So now let us move more to the west into the Central Pacific. So here we have a nice disturbance that is there for about a couple days now, and as you're seeing, it has a very low 10% chance of formation through both 48 hours and 5 days, and it is expected to move to the northwest as it makes its way across the Central Pacific, but fortunately won't be a very significant threat to the Hawaiian Islands, the Hawaiian archipelago. So it is located to the southwest of the Big Island at the moment, and if it does develop into a tropical storm, which is unlikely at this point, it will acquire the name Akoni. And yeah, so the Central Pacific Hurricane Center also states that environmental conditions are only marginally conducive for development, so it's may just be a tropical low making its way across the Central Pacific through this week. So this is the main updates that I have on all these three systems. So if you found this video pretty informative, please give a thumbs up, as well as to remember to always be weather-wise, and I'll keep giving updates on the tropics.